We are live. Woo-hoo. It's Hot Topic Tuesday.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see.
Show.
Where I go for the latest blend and
Hi, Karis.
Hi, Scott.
How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
You're looking lovely.
Thanks.
Bright, sunny day.
Yes.
You're on location. I like that.
I am in Florida for just like
it.
2 days.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Florida. Must be nice. 2-day trip, though. I get it.
Nice, but my entire, like my draft cooler's broken. So I've been dealing with that all day amongst a million other things. So yes, I guess it's nice to be in Florida when dealing with losing tons of money.
Does it ever fail when you go away, something breaks or something bad happens? I mean, it really does, doesn't it?
It doesn't. And I got to tell you, like I've had more messages and like emails in the last day and a half than I have in, I'm just like, well, every time. I just needed 2 days to just
chill
because it's been like 12 to 17 hour days for the last like 6 weeks. And I'm just like, I just need a couple of days. And I'm here with my beautiful stepdaughter too, which is lovely. But
oh, well, that's fun.
Yeah, because it was her birthday and mine.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And coming up in the show, guys, we've got some special stuff going on. So stick around with us. I want to say hi to the folks checking in. Look who's here. Glenn. Kareem only watches on Tuesdays. Did you know that? I noticed these things. Okay. Yes. Toy Hobbs is in the house. Got to spend some time with him over the weekend. They did a great show for us.
Did they? Good.
The festival. Yeah, they closed Sunday and they were great.
Good.
Fantasmic. Rob Paisley, hello. Ditch. There's Ditch.
Was the whole weekend really good? Was the festival amazing?
Oh, man. We had 14 musical acts over 3 days. Nice. I will tell you, our production team of Mike Coons, Mongo, and several others just kicked butt. And it was a good weekend. We had a side stage and a main stage, so we put an acoustic act on while we were changing over the stage on the main line. Good headliners. Party Punch killed it Friday. Eric Girardi killed it on Saturday. So, yeah.
I heard Gina and Johnny Band killed it.
Oh, they're going to have to repair that new amphitheater down there where she blew the roof off of it. Let me tell you.
Yes, she did.
Hey, you're in Florida. There's bugs. Imagine that. Oh, they're everywhere down there. Everywhere. But it's nice. Is it pretty out? It looks like it in the background.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Good.
Yeah.
It's pretty here today, too, but we're going to get a little rain, I think, overnight. Skip, how are you from Liars for Hire? Ed Sawicki's in the house. How you doing, Ed? And Karis, before we get started, I heard you had one, as they call it, a banger of a night on Sunday with the Crimson Sisters, man.
Yeah, it was a really special night. It was beautiful. It exceeded my expectations. I approached them both if they would be interested in doing a show together. I wanted... I love Pete on the drum. Like I love Angela Combs's band, their whole vibe. So I kind of wanted that vibe, but with Gina and Angela. And it was phenomenal. And I was like, you guys should start off with like this a cappella song. And it literally gave me chills all over my body. Like it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous how good it was. Ridiculous.
Thank you, Glenn, for that. Saying happy birthday to you. It's your birthday week.
It's on Friday's my actual birthday, but thank you, Glenn. That was really nice.
Hi, Mike. Kareem Said I'm not wrong, LOL. Yes, talking about the bugs, probably. Bob Klein, how are you, bud?
Tuesday. He was probably talking about the Tuesday thing.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah, that's what he's talking about. All right. It's late. My brain got fried. Can you tell I got fried over the weekend? Man, I got fried.
And
it was good. Amy, thank you for being here from Rockstar. Chris Lee in the house says Angela Combs rules. Yes. The combo of Gina McCann and Angela Combs is a powerful thing you put together there, Karis, to have on your stage. And I'm sure that it's not the last time, I'll bet.
No.
At all.
No.
Hi, Erica. Erica's here.
Hi, Erica. Beautiful, beautiful Erica.
Rick's here. Hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick the dick.
He is calling us bitches.
What's up,
Mark?
Bitches?
Jerry Nimmersheim in the house. Happy birthday week, Karis, he says. How you doing, Jerry?
Thank you, Jerry.
All right. Jerry from Heather. He is. Yes. Let's get started. Let's start with the joy and the judgment.
Well,
look at all these birthday messages coming in.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
And Kevin Tolles is poolside. Look at his little picture there. He's poolside in that one, too.
Hi, Pete. We were just talking about you in the show on Sunday. I was saying what a big fan I am of you.
What a remarkable, remarkable team of people playing there Sunday. That was good. And I had a good weekend too. So we all had a good weekend. And I know you had a great lineup all weekend long too. So
it's a great, it's funny. What was it? Jamie and somebody else, they came up to me and they're like, we've been here 5 days in a row, and he came up with this great idea that we're going to do Karis miles or the B&B miles. So you'll get every 10 shows you get in for free. And I'm going to give out cards, freaking flyer miles, but for the Bell and the Bear.
That's like buy 10 burritos.
That's exactly what you mean.
Yeah, you like it. I like it a lot.
Cover 10 times to see the live music, or maybe not getting for free, but get a free drink or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Something fun.
Gina said it was so much fun. Gina, you're a wonderful person. You absolutely made my day there at the festival this weekend with your vocals. Thank you. Thank you, Gina. Listen to my voice.
No, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but my goal is to get Gina McCann on a stage as often as possible. So I just keep finding reasons to get her up there, and she just blows me away every single time.
I want to get Gina McCann on a tour bus, but I want to ride it with Tim as well, because Tim cracks me up every day of my life.
The two of them together work really well.
They're beautiful people. They are. Absolutely. Let's get started, though. Hey, Michelle, thanks for checking in. Call me Scotty. Yes, can't wait to have a birthday celebration tomorrow, Kevin Toll says. All right.
I think that's Thursday.
That's Thursday.
Celebration.
Get the right day. This is Tuesday, Kevin. He's in the pool. His brain is fried right now. And
tomorrow I won't be there.
I don't want Gina to go on America's Got Talent or any of that. I don't want any of that because that ends up destroying people, unfortunately. Let's talk about what I was leading into a minute ago. Going to get on a little soapbox for a few minutes, and then we're going to do something really fun. But I can't tell you, over the weekend, Karis.
No, I did.
Literally over 20 messages from different people sending me a post that was put out by a venue that shut down. And you guys got to do this. You got to talk about this. You got to say what a terrible thing they did. And blah. It's like, y'all should know us by now. We're not going to name names. We're not out here to destroy anybody's livelihood, or if they destroyed their livelihood, talk about it, because it's not our place. And Karis wouldn't like it if it was her bar and something happened and we had all these people out there online talking about it. And I don't think they would either. I don't know the owners at all, so I can't tell you good or bad or anything. Not going to pass judgment, but man, lots of them. But I did get a bunch too about double bookings again. It seems to be the hot topic every week, Karis.
Yeah, I saw that too. Hey, I have an opinion about it too, about that place. I expressed it on the comment, not about, because I don't know the owners at all. I don't know anything, but it's not our business, really to have a whole show about it. It's devastating enough that it's gone. My thing that I said at the very end of my comment was, all that I really hope, what's most important, that the new owners come in and they blow us all away with what an amazing music venue that it will be. will once again become, because man, we're short on them. And I just hope that they create another, which I'm sure they will. It'll be amazing.
We can't begin to even think about losing any more music venues.
No.
I mean, it's just because that is, people don't realize that. They think, oh, well, that's one less competition for like you. No, it's not.
We're running
the music scene. It's it's crazy.
Not enough venues, and there's not enough bands, and there really isn't enough of the quality that there isn't.
And yours isn't a huge place, and it draws so many people, and so many people come to see all the great music and talent you put on that stage. But there's plenty of room for a lot of people out there to play, and you can't book the same band every weekend, so they got to play elsewhere.
That's the other thing. There's just I just want to get off that topic. The Bell Dwellers are playing for my anniversary weekend in July, just so you know.
Hi, CFG. Thank you. Hi, Ryan Higgins. Losing a venue doesn't only hurt the community, it hurts
everything. It hurts the music. It hurts other music venues. It hurts bands. It hurts everybody. It's a shame that it happened.
And what you got to think about too is and they get forgotten a lot of times when something like that happens. It happens all the time in the bar business, but the staff that puts in so much sweat equity, and then one day they may show up to that venue and see a note on the door. They don't even know it happened, because
it happened to me once.
They don't like to do that. They don't like to put the word out, because the rumor mill runs on the internet like in 2 seconds.
It happened to me once at a bar I was working here. I came into work to find, we all came into work to find a note on the door saying it was closed down.
That's pretty crappy, but
I understand it in a sense, because if you tell, they're afraid they're going to lose all their product, you know what I mean? There's reasons behind it, but I don't agree.
Yeah. And that's why those corporate chains, I can tell you, I know a guy that owned a corporate chain of burrito stores and things, and he said he was going to close one, and he did that because some of the other owners had announced to their employees it was closing, and they took slicers and things that were worth a lot of money out of there, that and coolers and rolling refrigeration units and all that. They stole them. So
that's why you don't say anything.
You can't do it. And unfortunately, people are, once you say you're closing, they're no longer dedicated to you at all.
No,
that's a tough thing. But let's move on. That's a sad thing. But folks, all we ask, I'm not dogging on you if you sent me a message, but please quit sending those, because we're not going to devote a show to it. There's no reason to. I don't know the ins and outs of it, nor do I want to judge. That's one time we're not judgy, because it's just not fair to the people who are hurt by it and everything else. So let's move on to another topic. Double bookings for just a minute. We mentioned that a minute ago, but Karis, it's happening every single week. Why does it? I mean, you say it's happened to you once in a blue moon, but
it happens.
Why is it happening so frequently lately?
Well, I got a sneaky suspicion, and again, this is just an opinion. I know for me, I'm guilty of it. I've double booked. I guess what it seems to be is I'm not writing it down when I'm, not writing things down, which is funny, because I just made a booking and I was like, oh, I'll get to it after the show. But no, I grabbed my book, because I'm a pen and paper girl. I have the calendar because of what happened to me on the FB. Grab my book so I could write it down right now, because I'm guilty of making mistakes sometimes. But I also think sometimes, I'm going to put it out here, that sometimes people book a band and then they hear things that the band is doing at other venues, and they don't want that drama or that at their venue. So sometimes it's easier to just say we double booked than to say, I'm afraid to keep you on my books, because I'm going to end up having to deal with what this venue dealt with.
And, we addressed the issue with bands that change members and they're not ready to play yet. Instead of not calling and saying, look, we're not quite ready to come out and play a show, and canceling that show, they go through with it, and it's train wreck too. And that's not fair to the venue. I mean, there's two sides to all this.
There is. Chris, we were literally talking about that right now. It's literally what we're talking about.
Well, and I did just see that, I don't know if the venue canceled. I saw where somebody posted today that they canceled a Friday night show and that the venue canceled them. And did the venue cancel them because of the band, or did they cancel them because they're not doing music? I'd like to know. And that's the whole thing. Is
That's
a lot of times if you just put it out and say this is why we did it, and put it out on the internet or whatever you got to do on your page, it's over with. People quit speculating them. But if you kind of subliminally say, well, we're not going to have an act this weekend, people are like, "Ooh."
I saw somebody saying that their band was canceled because the venue didn't realize that they had to have licenses for live music.
Yeah, well.
So there's one reason. Another reason is sometimes venues double book because they make mistakes. Sometimes venues get better offers, just like how like I had a band cancel on me for a gig because they got a really good offer to open up for a band. So they canceled on me. It was funny though, because not funny. I mean, it sucks, but that show ended up canceling for them too. But I mean, shit happens. You never know.
It does.
But
it does.
What did he say? I think I'd much rather have I know you'd much rather have it, and there's a handful of people that would much rather have it, but some people are in denial and they do not want to hear it. And there's definitely, what is Bob Klein? I think Harris is definitely onto something, using the old story where double booked is sometimes it is easier. And the reason why I think some people may say that also is because it's never black and white. Like they may be doing business with them in other areas that they're actually quite good at. And they don't want to jeopardize that. So I think that there's a lot of reasons. I would love to be able to be honest with everybody, but not everybody can handle it.
Well, and I am agreeing with Chris Lee. It seems to be an epidemic lately.
It is an epidemic, yeah,
of cancellations and double bookings and all those things. But one thing I would encourage any musical artist out there who books a year ahead of time, which a lot of places do, ensure that when your gig's coming up a month or two out of that gig, that person who booked you is still at that venue. And that is the calendar they still have. I know a bar that had someone take the calendar with them. They had no clue. It was a handwritten calendar like yours. They took it when they got mad and left, and they had no clue who they had booked.
Yeah.
They were begging, send us messages if you're booked at our place. And then all of a sudden they told me they were getting inundated with the same dates by like 10 different bands who were trying to sneak their way into an open hole. And that doesn't work either. So.
No, I will say, like, I just recently canceled a band. There were two reasons. One of them was sort of a double booking, and the other reason was not because of that. But I did say, but it was like a couple of months out, and I said, listen, I if you don't find another gig to cover, I'll give you half the amount of money that you would have made at the show, But 2 months is a decent amount,
Right.
But it's tough.
It is.
It's tough. There's people out there venues out there that are not treating artists well. And I get it. And I see it. And I'm learning a lot from a lot of the artists, especially from this show. And then there's venue owners that are doing well. And they're just also trying to look out for their business as well. And unfortunately, not everybody can handle honesty.
Well, in this time of year, it seems to be more epidemic prone because of the outdoor gigs getting canceled due to weather, and you can't control that. But I will say I've noticed that in the springtime now, many venues that I know are booking the bands that aren't as expensive during this period of time.
Yeah.
And saving the other ones for a June or July when they know the weather's going to be a pretty good chance it'll be decent for their outdoor shows. And I mean, May is a tough month. It could be cold, it can be rainy, it can be crappy, or it can be like it is right now today. It could be beautiful. Yeah. We lucked out over the weekend. I mean, they predicted rain Friday and Saturday for us. We had no rain all the way through for our 3-day festival, but
I know.
could have been really bad otherwise, So luckily, we ended up good. Hi, Bob Weber.
I think everybody should keep in touch with their bookings. I book a year in advance, and I'm always, I've been caught. I'm glad artists have reached out to me because I'm admittedly a little flighty. Like I said, I've got a million things going around, so I can be a little flighty at times. And so I'm glad because I've caught myself double booking, and I'm like,
Do you know how many times I catch it on Thursday's show? I mean, I'll read and it'll hit me. I just read that somebody's playing this bar 3 lines up, and then it's like they're playing on Saturday too. You all better call each other and figure it out.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, that happens.
Saturday.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
and, it was weird, but I had people posting in the comments, "Oh, somebody's at a bar," and then it was like, "No, we just went out." And then the other band got on and said, "No, we're there on Saturday." It's like somebody better get it together here. Get it together.
That's funny.
Or you're all going to show up and play together, which would be cool. Show up and play together. That'd be kind of fun. But, thank you, Bob Klein.
Yeah, that goes over well.
Hello, Nicole. Thank you for being here. So that's a short soapbox today because it is Joy and Judgment Day, but let's get into some joy. It's going to be your birthday on Friday. You're going to be 22.
I'll be 45.
Oh, I was hoping you'd just take the 22 and run, but okay.
No.
So you'll be 45 years old.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about some people on here don't know you. I talk to people all the time. In fact, they call you that girl a lot that's on the show with me. I ran into people all weekend long who said,
"Who's that girl?
Boy, that girl on Tuesday, she's got opinions." I said, "Yeah, she does. And it's great. But she's a wonderful person. And that wonderful person, a lot of people don't know." Well, everybody's got one.
Right.
They're like,
and that's why I'm on the show.
The show. So let's go back in time. Let's talk about Karis's life today for a minute and let people get to know you a little bit. I want to do some fun stuff. So let's go back to when you were in your ute. You were a youngster.
Utes? Well, I was born a puppy in a small village. Just kidding.
You wish.
I wish.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was born in South Africa, raised in Canada.
Okay.
There's your start.
All right. So raised in Canada.
Yeah.
Where did you went through high school in Canada?
I went through high school in Canada. I moved to the state. Well, I backpacked around by myself. Starting around 18, I backpacked around the world till I was about 26 or 27. Like going back and forth.
Glenn.
Huh?
I told Glenn, I said, "You got that right. It must be nice to be young."
I moved out of my home, my family, where I lived with my mother when I was about 16 or 17, and lived on my own. And then I just packed a bag and backpacked around the world, bartending around the world.
So where's your first
Toronto and then back out, like traveling, like I'd go back and forth.
First bartending job. Do you remember it?
My first bartending job was at a nightclub in Toronto called Tonic. And I was 18 years old and I had braces and I was so nervous. And it was the busiest nightclub in Toronto at that time. And in Toronto, bartenders at that time, because it was a very metropolitan city, very similar to like New York. It was one of those places where if you're a bartender, you're like, "Oh my God, they're a bartender." So, it was a real compliment that I got this job. And I remember it was one of the busiest nights of their year. And they put me at one of their slowest bars, which was at this back bar. And I had 10 minutes of training. And I was like, I felt like I was thrown into like the weeds and I was like freaking out. And people were asking for all these drinks. They were like, "Can I get this or this and this?" And I was just like, "Sure." And I would just make Jack and Cokes. And I would just hand out Jack and Cokes or rum and Cokes, whatever was in front of me, because I had no idea what the heck I was doing. But I got through that. That was I guess that was my test. And I got through. My sales were really good. And I worked there. And from there, I eventually became one of those bartenders in Toronto that you would just like hire as like a feature bartender in different bars all over the city. And then I got a job at the Rosewater Supper Club, which is where the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days was filmed. And I got hired based upon the Toronto Film Festival parties, which is like
huge,
yes. Like huge, like comparable to Cannes, like France, you know what I mean? So I got to work these parties, and it's like 10 days. You work all 10 days. You're there from like noon until like 4 a.m, but you make insane money, in these 10 days. You're walking out with like $15,000 in these 10 days, and you meet all of these celebrities and you have fun, and it's great. Well, from there, I did that for a few years. And from there, I just eventually I filled out an application or some visas to see where I could get a visa to go travel, backpack around. And I applied to Hawaii and I applied to Australia. And my Australian visa came in within 24 hours. So I worked one more film festival. Like the film festival is coming up in like 2 months. So I worked the film festival party and I packed a backpack and I got out of Toronto and I started traveling. Like before that, I was living in like Mexico and Barbados and Bahamas and back again. And like just going back and forth, just enjoying, having fun and by myself. And then I did the Australia trip. And then that's when I was gone for like 3-4 years all around there bartending.
So Australia, that's an interesting choice. Did you pick it because of its
I picked it because I picked it because you could get a working visa for 1 year as long as you were under the age of 25.
Okay, gotcha.
So I picked that.
You bartended there.
I bartended there, New Zealand, like all over. Yeah.
What was your favorite place to go and work?
To travel or to bartend?
Like to bartend. Let's go bartend first, and then I know you love to travel.
I don't know. I don't know if I had a favorite. I don't know if I had a favorite place to bartend.
So you're in Toronto doing the film festival, which is huge. I used to MC a film festival in Fort Myers, Florida, Fort Myers Beach, and it was there was a lot of celebrities that came through and that kind of thing. Who was the biggest celebrity you got to meet, or actor, or anybody at that?
I'm not big on celebrities, so I don't. They were all there.
You're killing me. You're killing me on the interview here.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I couldn't tell you. Like, I just really couldn't tell you. I just don't give a shit about celebrities. But like, they were all there, literally every single one. And I saw all of like George Clooney was there, like Brad Pitt, like all of them were there.
But nobody stood out and like befriended you, or you still have them in your phone or any of that today?
Oh no, there's a couple.
Yeah.
We don't need to mention those names.
I knew I could get you on that one.
There are a couple, but we don't need to mention those names.
Kareem wants to know, what drink did you hate making the most?
What drink did I hate making and still hate making is the lemon drop.
There you have it, folks. Thank you, Courtney Joe. And here's Mark saying a big shout out to Charlie Hobbs. Thank you for that. Good deal. Thank you.
Yeah.
And Ryan, here's some joy. Says his band was nominated for Songwriter and EP of the Year at Josie Music Awards. Thank you. Shameless plug day today.
Very good. Well, I think they're just bored with Get to Know Karis.
Oh no, don't think it's boring at all. These people want to hear all about you. Oh, so I'm gonna ask this then.
Mm-hmm.
Bartending was your calling at first, obviously, and that's how you landed at the Bell and the Bear, which wasn't the Bell and the Bear.
No, it was McLeavy's, yeah.
McLeavy's at the time, and then you bought the Bell and the Bear. I know that story. But you, what made you decide that was your career path in life? Why did you decide that's what you wanted to do? Because you're a smart lady. You could have done anything you wanted.
Honestly, I didn't just think I was going to get into the bar industry for the rest of my whole life. In fact, I wanted to be a lawyer or a cop, but I started bartending, and you just make ridiculous money bartending. I spent like in Toronto, it was just stupid, and I was really good at it, and I had a really good following, and you just do really well, and it gave me the ability to travel around the world while still making money and working. And then it got to a point where I was doing it for so long that I said, well, if I'm still going to be doing this, then I better be doing it in my own bar by the age of 40. And that's why I bought the bar, because I was still bartending.
Gotcha.
I am a hockey fan. I'm a Maple Leafs fan.
There you go. Ryan Higgins. If you
But I
guys have
gotta
a
be
question,
honest, Brian. I gotta be honest. I haven't followed it for a really long time, but I do love me some hockey.
if you got a question for Karis today, throw it in the comments. I'd love to pop it up
Oh
there
yeah,
and let
I'll
her
answer
answer
all
it.
questions. And Courtney, I have read your messages. Courtney, I'm not ignoring you. It just takes me a long time to get back because you're like the 50th message, but I don't want you to think I'm being rude. I apologize.
Yeah. And you're trying to take 2 days off too. That's important.
Yes.
Let's fast forward then too to your affinity for music, because you definitely have a good ear for music. You have a good ear for talent. You've put together some of the best combo acts that I think I've ever seen. So what got you into music? What point in your life were you sitting at the bar pouring drinks and saying, boy, I like that band? Or was it just, you've always loved it?
I was managing a few bands back in Toronto. I also had a thing for musicians. So, it was a pretty good
thing.
a thing. It was one of those things. So, and I love business and I love music and I love passion. And, I was good at all three of those. And I wanted to help. And I really love when I see something, I want it to bloom. I don't care if my name's on it. I don't care if I have anything to do with it, but I just want to see it bloom because I see something great and I think to myself, I wonder how great this can get. And so that's kind of my love for things.
Was the music different in Toronto than it is in the States, or is it pretty much the same scene? I mean, you still have, you have your good bands,
what's funny is, and I'm a huge cover band fan, but in Toronto, it was a lot more original bands. But I live downtown. I would imagine in the suburbs, I would think that there was a lot more bands, cover bands. But I am wildly impressed by the talent we have in Cincinnati, like wildly impressed.
Been to a lot of places, and I'll tell you, it's second to none. I mean, Cincinnati, I would put Cincinnati up with the Nashvilles and the LA scenes any day of the week.
I would agree. Yeah.
It is so good. Got a couple questions. Let's hit up on. Kareem says, which travel was the most difficult travel wise? Maybe where did she go? Where she was going?
I don't know. Well, I know that. So when I was living in Australia because I was there for 3 years, after the first year or whatever, I had to leave every 3 months to get back in. And a lot of times I would just, take quick trips, whether it was to New Zealand or Thailand, like whatever area was quick to get to and cheapest. And they would always assume I was like smuggling drugs or something because it was all these quick trips, and they would search me in every area and orifice of my body. So yeah, it was always just not fun. That's happened to me quite a few times. I've been jumped a couple of times traveling, but that's kind of my stupidity because I travel alone, and it would be like I had a flight. One of my flights landed really late at night, and I got dropped off at the wrong hostel. So I had to walk to the right hostel, and from there I got my ass like jumped by like 3 dudes. So that was, probably difficult because all I had was like a couple cans of beans and a bag of rice to last me until I could get a job to get more food. And I cleaned the hostels, and I had a black eye, and I cleaned the hostels. So I had a place to because you can clean the hostels so you could stay for free. So I managed to get that. So that was good.
Wow. What a life, man. Brandy's got one too. Favorite place you've traveled, an ultimate bucket list place to travel to? Because you travel a lot. You like to travel. Not as much as you get to. But.
I love to travel. And that is one of the, Brandy, I love you, girl. That's one of the hardest questions to answer because every place I've been to has been phenomenal. Like there's a reason why it was like, I can't believe I got to go there. I will say this, that I've done more traveling within the United States in the last 6 years, and I'm wildly impressed by the beauty that this country has in their national parks. Like it sometimes brings me to tears. Is it one of my favorites? I have no idea, but man, it's something special to look at. But I'd really like to go to Greece. I've never been to Greece. I'd really like to go to Greece. That's definitely on my bucket list, but I got a few. Prague.
Favorite Canadian band? Jim's asking if you have one.
Favorite Canadian band? Rush.
There you go. That's easy. Ed says that's a fantastic attitude and approach to life. Thank you, Ed. And he has the same difficulty answering that question, he says, for real.
Yeah. There's so much beauty. There's so much beauty right outside your door. You know what I mean? And I feel like the older you get, you don't need to travel that far, but man, I do enjoy it.
Kenny, that is so true. Hidden treasures in the U.S. There's a lot of them that you just got to get out and go see. For real, for real. So, Karis, it brought you to Montgomery, Ohio. What brought you there? I mean, backtrack a little bit.
The reason I got to, so I was, when I was living in Australia, I met my first husband, now ex-husband, doing jiu-jitsu and bartending. And I met him there, and we fell in love. He was living there with his father, but he was originally from Ohio. So we actually ended up making a pit stop and moving to Utah for a little bit to open a jiu-jitsu school there. And it didn't really work out. So we moved to Ohio, and that's how I got here. And that marriage didn't work. And still great guy. We're great friends, whatever. And we had a deal that the first person to move out of state, because we were both travelers, had to give up the right to their dog, which was Mr. Bear. And nobody's giving up their freaking dog. So that's why I stayed in Ohio, actually. But I ended up actually really falling in love with Ohio after, when I was like, well, what do I do now? Because I met family, I created a family here. I don't really have family. I more so do now a little bit, but I'm not a big family person. So it was nice to create what I have here and in Ohio. And it was, I ended up really actually liking it. It's a really great place to live and call home base. And then you get to travel to other places.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the most rewarding thing in your life right now?
The most rewarding thing in my life is there's a lot of really rewarding things in my life. I really, 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 really like helping people, animals.
You do that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I could cry right now. I'm not going to, because I'm just going to turn away for a second.
All right.
But that's the most rewarding thing, is what I've been able to accomplish to help people and animals in need.
Well, girl, I'm proud to call you a friend and my co-host here on Wednesday, or whatever the hell day is this. What day is it? Tuesday?
It is Tuesday.
I know we're all screwed up after the weekend, but I want to tell you this. Everyone I know that knows you knows how much you give back. And that is something you could easily stand on the cloud and say, look what I've built. Here's the money coming in. Here's what I'm doing, and all that. And you still yet take on projects that are going to destroy your week. I mean, things that that just absolutely work you to death, but you do it out of the passion you have. And anything that when I see you post about the dogs being fostered or needing a home, it hits home with me that you have even the remote time to do that, when I know how busy you are running the bar. And people that think, oh, own a bar, it'll be fun.
It is fun.
Work. It's fun, but it's work.
It's a lot of work. Yeah.
Yes. It's a lot of work. And I can't begin to say how blessed I am to have found you in my life, because, and I'm going to tell you this for your birthday, because I'm not going to see you on Thursday, which I wish I would, but you saved me, all around town radio, all the things we're doing, by just coming to your jam one night and meeting you and realizing there's people out there with a great passion still for all this, and let's make it happen. And I was involved in a toxic world of haters and people that were, angry over the COVID and everything else. And you saved a lot of us. And I don't think you realize how many you did by giving us a home. And it's still home. I mean, I don't get to come as much as I'd love to. I used to try to come
it's
every
always
week.
going to be your home.
It's always that little table up front's always my home, and I love the jam. The jam is magic. And you put that together. That's magic. And
well, I mean, I didn't put it. I mean, there was a lot of help,
Well, yeah, I know, but it's your place. And everybody would say, without you, they couldn't have done what they did up there. The house band's remarkable. Dave Moody was remarkable when he started there, and now he's so busy. He's touring all across the country. 12 days post hip surgery.
I know, that's crazy.
On stage, and he is a beast.
Angie, when you getting your band put together so I can book you, girl?
Hi, Angie. How are you? Nicole says you're making her misty.
You need to come on Thursday for my birthday party at the jam and sing for me.
Get there early, people. Get there early. Yes. And Karis, yes, all the things you do. I will tell you also from thank you, Gina. From working with you on these events, the things we've done and the money we've raised together gives me a great feeling inside as well. And that's because of you. It is. I hope you know that. The rest of us kind of ride on your coattails sometimes, but you put it all together. You're the glue that holds that place together, and it's so magical. It's just the most remarkable club I think I've ever been in from the aspect of family.
Yeah,
everybody there's a family,
I freaking love that place, dude. Like, I truly love that place and everybody that's a part of it. I really do. It is something special. I love it.
And you can't be there 24/7. And some people need to realize that.
I have to remind myself that. The last 6 weeks,
other people need to realize that. I was there, but Karis wasn't. Well, yeah, she deserves a day off once in a while.
And it's not even a day off. Let me just tell you this. I may not be physically in the bar, but I am still working. I'm literally still working from the moment. I mean, I'm on vacation for 2 days and I'm not. I'm working. And I love it. I'm not complaining. I love it. But a lot of people just assume, oh, you're always away. Well, okay.
You're working today. You're out of the state today and you're working. You've got a broken cooler you're working on. And you have a great staff too. You have a staff who you can trust. And that's the other thing. You can walk out of there at 9:00 at night if you've had a long day and you've been there all day and feel like it's in good hands. And that's so important too.
They're incredible. I love them.
Because a bar will beat you down. It will. I mean, if you've got to be there from the time it's open to the time it's closed and before ordering and doing all that, it'll beat you down.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there every single day during the day.
Hi, Lee.
On maybe Saturdays, I'm there maybe just in the evenings. But that's why a lot of people don't see me because I'm there from like maybe 9 a.m. until like 3 or 4, If I had not been for the Bell and the Bear through COVID, I don't know if I would have.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad everybody.
Thank you, Kareem, for being here.
Sandy, you're so sweet. Bye, Kareem.
We're about ready to wrap it up today, and I know I've pinned you down enough. But at least,
what's happening at the Bell tomorrow? You mean Thursday, Kareem?
Yeah, what's everybody saying they're there tomorrow for?
Do they think that today's Wednesday for you to interview?
I think it's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, y'all. It's Tuesday.
Thank you, Ed.
Thanks, Ed. I'm sorry I ruined Scott's interview by not having answers to questions. Ooh, that's a close-up.
Let's talk about it being Tuesday again. She's zooming in. You're wonderful. Thank you. So thanks for letting me dig a little into your past and letting people know a little bit more about you, because I think it's really important that people know us from not just the judgment side that we do every Tuesday. And we're looking for topics always. If you have a topic,
send us topics.
We want some good topics, but be respectful with them, please. And we're not going to name names. So if you want us to use it as an attack on somebody, we're not going to do that. But we certainly can bring up anything that is a hot button topic in the music business, and we'll go from there. What do we got? Look at all these. Yes, Nicole says owning a business 24/7. Amen to that. It is. It is,
my love. It is.
Yes, any business owner's always working. Thank you, Amy, for that. It's Taco Tuesday, Kenny said. It is. I like tacos.
Really, we haven't met him yet.
Kenny?
No, Bob Klein.
Oh.
I feel like he's a part of the show.
I mean, Bob's like, we could have Bob on every day,
I would love it if it was like the three of us. I don't know why. I don't even know him, but I'm like, Bob, you're amazing.
Yes. We need Bob. We need Bob on the show. Bob, let's do another show. Bob.
Did I miss that one?
Bob. Miss what?
Bob.
All right. I think we're done.
I'm going to go get some crab legs.
Oh, can I fly down right now?
Well, you're going to be away on Friday to somewhere even more beautiful.
I am. I'm going to be in a tropical island, so I'll be happy with that. And for just a weekend, but it'll be fun. We will not be on Monday, everybody. Just know that it's Memorial Day. We're taking the day off because, frankly, I'm not going to really see any live music over the weekend. So y'all can post on our page when we ask for it, and we'd love to hear from you. But I want to let you know tomorrow, Karis, at noon, Wednesday with the band. I got to see Denim Deluxe.
They're
couple
good.
Times, and I saw him last week, and I'm going to have Lee Dixon join me on the show tomorrow at noon. And Lee and I are going to talk about some little topics too. There may be some hot topics thrown in there. So join us tomorrow at noon. If you can't watch at noon, watch later. And Jim says crab claws. Yes.
Oh, what are you guys going to talk about? I want to see.
You got anything else?
Oh, no.
Nothing?
Oh, I do. If you guys, for my birthday, wanted to donate to my fundraiser, which is to help the animals and the rescues to help save the animals. I have a little fundraiser going on, and it's it's GoFundMe, and the Peters are donating $5 to every dollar raised. $5 to every dollar raised. It would mean the world to me if you would consider, no pressure, consider donating to my charity for my birthday, or bringing in some goods for the animals in need. It is the worst it's been. It's an epidemic. It's awful. They are euthanizing these dogs and cats by the dozen a day. Puppies, doesn't matter. So I would greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you for all you do for the puppies and the animals, because you're a great soul when it comes to that. Karis, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. Happy birthday, my dear.
Thank you.
I hope you have a wonderful time on your quick vacay.
Thursday, but have fun on your vacay.
I will. And I'm at the airport at 4 a.m. So adios for the weekend.
Adios. Gina, you better be there on Thursday to sing me some songs.
She's bringing some stuff.
Oh, that's right. She's there. Okay, that's right.
Gina always brings stuff when she comes. She is amazing. Gina McCann. Love her.
It's amazing.
So much damn joy today, Bob Klein said. You're right. It was a joyful day. A great interview, Karis. Thank you for opening your heart up and telling us all about your life, and I appreciate it. We'll see you next time, everybody. Join us tomorrow at noon. Lee Dixon in the house.
Lee Dixon's going to judge people.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to judge, but we're going to talk music because Lee is so knowledgeable.
He's so I love Lee. He's one of my favorite humans.
Yes, and he's a great front man. Even if he's not the front man in the band, he's a great front man.
You know what's funny about Lee is he may not technically be a front man, but he certainly appears to be a front man every time he's on stage.
Every single time.
Every single time.
I call him the band cheerleader, man. He promotes their bands like none other. So good deal. Yeah. All right. We'll see you later, Karis. Enjoy your vacay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. We're going to do a quick out. We gone.